Hey everyone, if you're watching this later, not live on stream, I'm going to review Player of the Week. As always, I'll put timestamps in the description for each player, so if there's a particular player you want to hear about, click on the link in the description, and the link will take you straight to them. So, start with the lowest rated, and we got Tajon Buchanan. So, Buchanan does have a face scan. He's got standard form, which you can't see because it's behind my stupid face. Normally, is he always a hot player? He's normally a box-to-box. They've made him a whole player. It's the first time I've had a version of him. From his GP card, what they've done from his GP card, we've lost a bit of speed and stamina, but they've given a nice boost to his kicking power. Boosted his physical contact and balance as well. They boosted the left column, but they've nerfed the hell out of his passing for some reason. So he's lost 7 points off his low pass and some points off his lofted pass as well. And then skill-wise, they've taken away eFootball helps playing up. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but eFootball helps playing up with a few skills. It's got some weird things showing up, but it looks like we've lost scissors feint, long throw and gamesmanship, and gained long range shooting, first time shot, outside curler, and fighting spirit. So he's got a pretty good set of skills. Through passing is nice, but his low pass is awful. He can't pass to save his life regardless of what skills he's got. You've got shooting skills like first time shot, long range shooting, long range curler. Heel trick and outside curler, handy ones, fighting spirit. He's got a pretty good set, but it's clear what this guy's going to be good at. It's not big playmaking, it's not passing. You're going to want to get him on the ball, dribble your way into a good shooting position, or just wait for him to get into a good position with the whole player playing style, which you will, and shoot and score. Basically, you want to try and shoot with this guy, not pass. So rapid as hell, decent amount of kicking power, bonus shots, balance is kind of okay, a little bit of physical strength. But he's fairly tidy on the ball. The ball control and tight possession aren't amazing, but the dribbling's good. That attacking range is hitting 80 in the game plan, but his finishing's already 80. So, yeah, I'm not playing this guy on the right-hand side. No way, he can't cross to save his life. He's not got crossing. His lofted pass is terrible. He can't defend to play right back. So, yeah, down the right, he's a flat no for me. But on the left, cutting inside as a whole player, making those runs into good attacking positions. He's got the pace, reasonable attacking awareness for a whole player, finishing as well. Got the shooting skills, good dribbling. Yeah, just don't pass with him. I think that's the bottom line of this Buchanan card. Obviously, it's not over the high rate. It's not an amazing card. The passing's the big letdown. But apart from the passing, as a left midfielder, I reckon this guy's reasonably handy, to be honest. I'd be pretty pleased, actually, if I got this guy for the Spanish League Challenge. You just got to be really careful with his passing because he can't pass to save his life. So, yeah, right-hand side for me, can't cross it. Not happening for me. But as a right footer on the left, cutting inside with the shooting skills he's got, awareness, finishing, he's going to feel pretty good in the ball, I reckon. Decent, at least. I think it could be worse. So yeah, one big downside with the passing, but for the Spanish League Challenge at least, could be a very handy left midfielder, I think, with that whole player playing style. So he's after Buchanan. Aubameyang, he's back, and he's a booster. This is boosting straight away. Boink. What have we got? Attacking awareness, ball control, finishing, acceleration. This is a decent looking Aubameyang card. He still gets face scan, of course. So Aubameyang, always weaker for accuracy, I think, has gone up by 1. That's very high. That's nice. He doesn't use it very often, though. Has he got an outside curler? Yes. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, what version have we had of Aubameyang? We've had quite a few Aubameyangs. We've had a few Player of the Week versions. This one with the boost active is the best, especially because compared to his other Player of the Week cards, he's got a lot more balance. He's normally in the 60s for balance on his Player of the Week cards. What else we had? We've had a bunch of... What have we had? We had a few highlight cards. Not that many, actually. The best one we've had highlight-wise, the Chelsea highlight card. It's fairly similar overall, stats shuffled around a bit, but this for me with the boost active looks like the best Aubameyang card we've had. Lost a bunch of points just off his attacking awareness. They boosted him on the ball though. They boosted his defending, of course, which is really helpful. Kicking power's boosted a bit, physical contact, balance, stamina. So yeah, he got some pace in this Aubameyang, certainly on A form. Awareness and finishing for a goal poacher. It's pretty handy actually. He's alright on the ball. More balance than normal, even though it's not amazing still. Bit of physical strength though. Then skill-wise, what have they done skill-wise? It looks like, I say it looks like because I don't 100% trust the eFootball Hub. We've lost scissors feint, knuckle shot, dipping shot, penalty specialist. I don't think we really need any of those. And we've gained soul control, long range shooting, gamesmanship, fighting spirit. I think that's what's happened here. So that's looking pretty decent. First time shot, long range curler, long range shooting, got chip shots, acrobatic, heel trick and outside curler, soul control. He's not really great in the A. He's got 6'1", 6'2", but the physical areas aren't amazing. He's not got heading, he's not got aerial superiority, but on the deck with his feet, got all those shooting skills, heel trick and outside curler. when he's on A form, bit of pace, awareness and finishing, all right on the ball. Yeah, just like a tidy card to me. I think it's obviously a very nice version of Aubameyang. The one downside, no French league challenge, so there's no league challenge for him. But certainly in general, I think that's a pretty tidy striker. You know, even outside of league challenges and so on, I think this guy could do a decent job for a lot of people. And people, if he's played for your team, Arsenal fans, for example, for nostalgia, could be a pretty handle to pick up. What's everyone saying? Have a good season, get a few more versions, maybe. What are you talking about, Buchanan? Had Oba and Bastoni. Both good. Why the sad face? Yeah, I think that's a decent card. I think it's a decent Aubameyang card, that. Shame you can't use him in any league challenges, but outside of that, I think he could still be decent. Certainly on A form. When he's not on A form, still decent. Not a massive difference, but some of the most important attributes get boosted in A form. So I do think he benefits a lot from that A form boost. And when he does get it, maybe not a top level striker, but it's a pretty good one. I think a fair few people, if they get this guy, will have a pretty useful striker on their hands. Right, who's next? Speaking of pretty useful strikers, Big Ollie's back in Europe, back in France. Very scanning course. Target man again. Not everyone's favourite playing style. Not my favourite playing style. They're not aggressive enough with their forward running for me. But if you like a big, strong dude who's good in the air, could be a hand one for you. We've obviously had a lot of Olivier Giroud cards over the course of time. Had a bunch of decent Player of the Week cards. This isn't the highest rated, but there's not a massive difference between them all. The highest rated is a Fox in the Box. But like I say, it's near enough for the same kind of level as most of his Player of the Week cards. He's had a couple of legend cards already. Obviously, they're better than this one. He's had a few highlights that are slightly better than this one as well, so it's not the best Giroud card, this. But if you don't have a good version of him, it's a solid one. They've boosted him on the ball. His passing's been boosted. What else has been boosted? His jumping's had a bit of a boost. That's handy. Stamina. His defending's been boosted. Yay! What else has been boosted? Oh, there's some bad news. They've nerfed his set pieces. So he's worse at taking set pieces than normal. That's a big shame. What else has changed there? Not a lot. Skill-wise, looks like we've lost rising shots and penalty specialist. And we've gained long-range curler and fighting spirit. I think that's the change they made. So long-range curler is a nice addition. He did miss a penalty in this match. Who did? Giroud? I didn't know that. So he got, as you would expect, heading, acrobatic, aerial. He didn't always have first-time shot, Giroud. I'm sure on a lot of his cards he's not got first-time shot, so that's good. But I don't think they've added that. I think he's got it in his GP card now. But yeah, heading, acrobatic, aerial is going to be good in the air. Long range curler, nice addition. Heel trick, he's a super sub. He's always been a super sub. He is what he is. He's not going to be the most mobile. If you like dribbling, you like pacey strikers, you like goal poachers, you're not going to like him. But if you like big physical dudes, you're going to spam a lot of crosses into the box. He could be very effective for you. If you've missed out on getting a good Jurriën card by now, this is a very decent one for you. If you already got a good version of him, you might not need it. I've got a Fox in the Box Player of the Week version, so I do not need this one at all. There's no lead challenge to use him in, so there's another negative. But yeah, for what he is, he's a very specific type of striker. Big, tall, good in the air, target man playing style. If that works for you, it could be very handy. Otherwise, probably won't like him very much. Jurriën for the veteran squad, indeed. Right, who's next? Oh, God. This guy. So we've got our goalie. We've got Pickford from Everton. So we've had a few Pickfords. We had that Showtime one, that goalkeeper directing defence one recently. So Pickford, it's his first Player of the Week card. That Showtime one that we had quite recently is the best one we've had of him. But apart from that, this is pretty comparable to the best highlight cards we've had of him, to be honest. They obviously nerfed the jumping and Player of the Week cards to put a few extra points on the goalie attributes. If you look at his best highlight cards, if you take the points off aerial and put them on the goalie attributes, try and balance it out, this is about as good as any highlight we've had, I think, to be honest. So if you didn't get that the Showtime one, this could be a solid one to pick up, a very good goalie option for the English League Challenge. He's not got the best arm coverage, so his physical profile for goalie is not great, and his goalkeeper reach at 86 is not amazing. It could be worse, and his arms could be shorter, but it's a bit of a concern. So yeah, awareness good, catching and parrying good, reflex is fantastic. It's definitely not a bad goalie card by any means, but the reach, not just the reach attribute, but like I say with his arm coverage as well, is a real concern. So I couldn't say this is an elite level goalie. I don't think this is a top one. I think with stats like that, he's going to be good, but the reach will just hold him back that little bit. And keep in mind that low pass as well. It's not the most important thing on a goalie, but 54 for low pass. Be really careful. If you do play the ball back to him and you play a short pass, make sure you get it right. He does have long throw. Yeah, he's got some good skills there for a goalie. Fighting spirit, don't always get that on a goalie. I'm not sure how helpful that is on a goalie. I guess it could help sometimes if you're clearing the ball under pressure, but yeah, good stats on the whole. It's a good goalkeeper card, but the reach is a bit of a concern. Low pass is horrible, but it's still a good goalie to have for the English League Challenge. Right, who's next? João Palhinha. So again, got his face scans. Another booster. Let's activate the booster. What's that? Dueling or something like that? Shutdown. Dueling. There we go. He's got the dueling booster. Lovely jubbly. So Palhinha, again, it's his first play of the week card. It's a solid version of him when he's not got the boost, but when you activate the boost, it looks like just about the best version we've had of him so far. He's had quite a few highlights and whatnot. Stats do tend to get shuffled around on each different version of Palhinha. They boosted that left column, especially his low pass and his finishing, albeit the low pass is still a bit iffy. They boosted his defensive engagement, but his other defensive attributes, not so much. He's had a bit of a nerf on the whole, I think, defensively. And he's had a nice boost on his speed, massive boost on his acceleration, like 20 odd on his acceleration. Big boost there. Balance has been boosted as well. So yeah, on the whole, nice boost. Nerfed a bit defensively, but he's still strong defensively, certainly on A form. Interesting one. This could be a pretty handy one. What have they done skill wise? Skill wise, they have taken away, I think, gamesmanship and captaincy, and they've given him first time shot and I think blocker. First time shot, not the most important. It's a DMF destroyer. He's not going to get forward too much, but when he does, long range curler, long range shooting, first time shot, and they boost his finishing, which isn't great, but it could be worse, to be fair, for DMF. But more importantly, one touch pass. He never has through passing. That's one thing you're going to miss on this guy. It's a shame for any kind of midfielder not to have through passing. So that's one negative. But defensively, man marking, intersection. We've now got blocker, aerial, sliding, fighting spirit. This guy's going to be really strong defensively. So if you're really careful with your passing, you keep it simple with your passes. Could be very tidy. Could be a very handy one for that English League Challenge. He's not great on the ball, but it could be worse. The passing, like I say, you're going to have to be careful. No through passing and 83 low pass is not great. A lot of people don't mind the passing being that low on a DMF, in which case you might be very happy with him. For me, I'd like a bit more on that, and I would definitely like through passing skill, but he is strong defensively, especially on A form. Even without it, it's fine. And then down the right, not much balance, but apart from that, looking pretty strong in the athletic department. So yeah, there's a real out-and-out destroyer just sitting in front of your defence, protecting it. If you're careful with him on the ball, could be a handy one for that, especially for that English League Challenge. You want this one, do you? Yeah, I think a fair few people will... Fair few people would be pretty keen to get this guy. I think for the English League Challenge especially, a very solid, very usable DMF. It's just that left column. For some people like me, if you like your DMFs to be able to, you know, play make a bit more, get on the ball, maybe it's a bit iffy down there. But if you don't mind that, everything else looking pretty solid. It's just through passing he's lacking from the skills. Got some really good defensive ones. So yeah, a real out-and-out destroyer. Could be a handy one for a fair few people, this, especially for that English League Challenge. Right, who's next? João Pedro, one of the 3,000 people who have rejected Newcastle this summer. So, got a face scan, obviously, although they need to update it because he's got some hair now. João Pedro, they've changed him from a deep lying forward, centre forward, to an attack midfielder, ouch, just banged my foot, and a creative playmaker. And they've not only added attack midfield, they made him semi-proficient at centre midfield, even though you can't position train him. So that's absolutely useless. Excellent. This is about as good as any version we've had of João Pedro, except for his Showtime card, which is obviously better. It's pretty similar to his Player of the Season card at the end of last season overall, but this one's a creative playmaker. That one was a deep lying forward. This one can play down the left-hand side, which his Player of the Season card couldn't. And as you can't see behind my stupid face, he's got unwavering form, which is another positive. And of course, you can use him in the English League Challenge. It's a different kind of build to his GP card. It's hard to really do a direct comparison. Obviously, I boosted him overall, and the passing has been boosted quite a bit. So I'm not going to bother doing a direct comparison to his GP card because you can't really compare a midfielder to a striker. But he's looking fairly solid on the whole. It's one of these cards where it's a question of where you want to play him. Let's just have a look at his skills. The changes they made with his skills. Quite a few. Okay, so it looks like we've lost scissors, feint, sombrero, rising shots, acrobatic finishing. Have they taken away acrobatic finishing? That's a real shame. And penalty specialist. Nah. What are they giving him? Heading, one touch pass, through passing, pinpoint crossing, and aerial superiority. Okay, so on the whole, pretty nice swaps, I think. I mean, one touch and through, if you're going to make him an attacking midfielder, that's always going to be important, giving him one touch pass and through passing. Heading and aerial was interesting. It's not what you necessarily need on an attacking midfielder, and he's not massive, but nice bonus. He's got some shooting skills still, even if he's not going to play up front. But where is he going to play? 82 low pass. even if he's got one-touch pass and through passing, you're going to play this guy as an attacking mid with 82 low pass. I'm not personally. I don't think that's enough for his low pass. It's tidy on the ball. Attacking race is good for an attacking mid. Finishing likewise, very good for an attacking mid. Pace is decent for an attacking mid. Could do with a bit more balance maybe. But yeah, for me, he could certainly do a job as an attacking mid. But I just don't think with that passing being that low pass at 82, even with the passing skills he's got, I don't think that's quite good enough for his passing at AMF. Push him a bit further forwards in SS. The emphasis is a bit less on passing, a bit more on shooting. He's got long range shooting. He's got shooting skills and the passing skills still. I think just behind the attack can be pretty handy. He's got a bit of everything. Doesn't really excel anywhere. But I think he could be very useful ones in SS. Up front, 83 attacking whereas 82 finishing. Not for me. They're not high enough. I want more from a centre forward. He could do a job for you there. But those are important attributes, like the awareness and finishing. So for me, I don't fancy him as a striker. And then wide left. Wide left could be decent. He's just not quite got the pace. You know, he could be a bit quicker. He's tidy enough on the ball. Passing and finishing will be absolutely fine for a wide man. Attacking wise will be good as well. Creative playmaker playing style is not what I like out wide. So if you're the same, you might not fancy him out wide, but that's just personal preference. Yeah, on the whole, I think he could be a decent option wide left or a decent option just off the attack. I think that's the way you're going to want to use this guy. If you play him in the heart of your midfield as an AMF, that deep in the middle of the park, I don't think he's quite got the passing for it. But I think out wide or just behind the attack in those areas, wide or central, he could be a handy one. I don't think he's amazing. I don't think he really excels in any area, but he's got quite a bit of ability overall. So yeah, playmaker as a number 10 or wide left, just behind the attack. Not so much attack midfield in my opinion because the passing being low, but just behind the attack. Could be handy there. So yeah, some of those positions don't fancy it, but certainly just off the attack, wide or centrally. Could be a pretty handy one, especially for that English League challenge, maybe for your Brazil squad as well. So yeah, it's an interesting one, slightly different playing style and everything else to previous versions of João Pedro. And yeah, I think in some positions he could be a pretty hard one to pick up, and he's versatile as well, so not a bad card, that one. Who we got next? Another booster, Bastoni. So Bastoni, extra frontman, normal playing style, and the booster is... Oh, it's crossing, isn't it? I saw this earlier. So we got Alessandro Bastoni, he's got face scan of course, and he's better at crossing than he normally is, which is really useful on a centre-back. Although he is an extra frontman, I'm still not certain if extra frontman is actually working the way it's supposed to now, since the update. I've not checked yet. I will do some of that testing soon. Where are we? So we've had a lot of Bastoni cards. It's one of his best player of the week cards. We've had better highlight cards, better trainable versions of him, including a couple of Showtime cards, but it is still a good version of him. It's a fairly straightforward player of the week boost they've given him, really. Pace and stamina, lofted pass, tight possession, interestingly. Not like going on with the core kind of defensive attributes though. That's what you tend to get from these player of the week centre backs. Skill wise, what have they changed skill wise? So skill wise, this is interesting. And again, I'm trusting eFootball Hub here, but it looks like they've taken away weighted pass and low lofted pass. So there's no weighted pass or low lofted pass, and they're nice ones to have in a centre back. And we've gained heading, through passing, and pinpoint crossing. So yeah, pros and cons there. I mean, heading's a good addition there. His heading's not amazing, so I'll take the heading skill. Through passing, a lovely bonus to have in a centre back. He's already got one touch pass as well. Pinpoint crossing though, I mean, if he's obviously played a really nice cross in that match. That's why they're giving him the crossing booster. So giving him that pinpoint crossing skill does make sense. But just in terms of how good the card is, I don't think that's particularly useful. But on the whole though, he's got heading and aerial, man marking, section blocker, sliding fighting. So the only defensive skill he's really lacking is acrobatic clearance. He got some nice passing skills, and he can cross the ball if he ever pops up on the left wing, which I don't think he ever will, but I don't know. Depends how you use him. I guess if you do back threes on the left and the extra frontman playing style actually kicks in, maybe he will pop up in the crossing position. Who knows? But yeah, it's a solid version. Not the best Bastoni card, but it's one of the better ones. It's a very solid one. He's got a little bit of pace about him. He's quite a tall guy, 6'3". He won't be amazing in the air though. Jumping's only 83, physical 85, so he'll be solid enough in the air, but not amazing. Won't be dominant. Defenses down the middle are pretty much on the money. They're not amazing, but they're certainly fairly strong. And then down the left, he's all right. Certainly with lofted pass, he's very nice for a centre back. So yeah, if you don't mind the extra frontman playing style, assuming it does anything different to build ups or destroyers, which it doesn't seem to from my testing. Yeah, it's a solid Bastoni card. If you've got a good version already, you might not really need this one. But if you don't have a good Bastoni card, the Italian League Challenge especially, very nice centre back option. And just in general, it might have been an amazing one. This is the one thing that you always find Bastoni is that physically and aerially is just not that great, which I think is a bit harsh on him, to be honest. I think he's pretty strong physically and aerially in real life. But yeah, that's the one area I'd like him to be a little bit better. But on the whole, it's a very good solid centre-back card, that for the Italian change especially, but also in general. Who's next? Oh, I'm going to try so hard not to rant now. So yeah, Gravenberch gets in player of the week, even though he wasn't even the best midfielder on the pitch, never mind the best player. I mean, I'm trying not to rant. Got a face going. Box to box, he's normally an anchor man, the change to box to box. I think he used to be a box to box. I used to have his GP card. I honestly, like, if there's one player getting in player of the week from that match, then logically it should be that Rio kid who scored the winning goal. An absolutely brilliant winning goal in the last minute. Why have they put Gravenberch in? Scored a deflected shot. Could have been sent off. Didn't do that much. Got outclassed by Bruno. Not being biased there, but, you know, he didn't play that well, Gravenberch. He was all right. I think Konami just basically looked at the result, looked at the stats and said, all right, who scored? Gravenberch scored and this team won. We'll put him in player of the week. It should have been that Rio guy. Like I said, I'm not being biased. If there's one player from that match, it wouldn't be a Newcastle player, even though he played really well. It should be that Rio guy who scored the winning goal on his debut. But yeah, either way, we've got Gravenberch. It's a solid Gravenberch card. We've had quite a few Gravenberch cards. Took it so well that, yeah, he did. It was a brilliant goal. The whole team move, as much as, you know, obviously I'm a Newcastle fan, don't want to say it, but it was a brilliant goal. It really was. He deserved the player of the week card for that. But yeah, we get Gravenberch, I guess. What do I know? I just, you know, I actually watch the matches. So anyway, we've had quite a few Gravenberch cards. Like I say, he's normally an anchor man, change of the box to box. He's had a couple of Showtime cards. But apart from those Showtime cards, this is one of the better versions we've had of him. The left column's had a nice boost, especially finishing, because he did a really good job of hitting a deflected shot that wouldn't have gone in if it wasn't deflected. What else have they done? They've nerfed his defending, interestingly. So his defending's been nerfed a bit, but the right column's had a nice boost. What else have they done? That's about it really in terms of the attributes. Like I say, it's pretty solid on the whole, but the attacking awareness sucks. Low pass is kind of borderline for me. I'd like a bit more there. It's not amazing defensively there. I've nerfed him a bit there. Athletically, he's pretty strong down the right-hand side. He's looking very sound down there. He does have unwavering form. Again, my stupid face is hiding that. So unwavering form, obviously English League challenge as well. What have they done skill-wise? Skill-wise, they have... I think we've lost rising shots, low lofted pass, and according to eFootball Hub, possibly aerial superiority. Does he normally have that? Don't know if that's eFootball Hub getting that wrong or if I'm getting it wrong. It looks like we've gained soul control, through passing, and is it fighting spirit? Is that new? Yeah, fighting spirit. So yeah, through passing, a big addition. Already got interception. So as a centre mid box to box, he's got a bit of everything now. Good searching skills. As a DMF, nerfing his defensive attributes and the fact he's only really got interception. I'm not sure about DMF. In a double pivot, yeah, there's an all-rounder, but you need at least one other midfielder in there who's like really strong defensively, in my opinion. So yeah, I think as an all-rounder box to box, I'll be pushing him further up the pitch as a CMF. If you don't do that, like I say, you need at least one other DMF alongside him doing a lot of the defensive work, some kind of destroyer or anchor man or something. But he's got a bit of everything. Through passing, big addition there. Like I say, on the whole, you know, the attacking awareness sucks a bit, but as an all-rounder, he's kind of got a bit of everything. I don't think it's an amazing card, but one thing I will say, and a lot of people say this about him now as well, is that when I used to use his GP card, it's like a 4-star, I think, and it always felt nice. You look at the fact he's 6'3", you think, is he going to feel a bit leggy, a bit clunky? He never did for me. He always felt pretty nice, and other people say the same. He's got a good physical profile. It doesn't seem like his kind of, you know, his height and having long legs and all that stuff really impedes him at all. He feels good. He's big and strong, got a bit of everything. I do think he could do with a bit more on the passing, and the attacking awareness does suck. So I can't say this is a great card, but it's a solid one as an all-rounder. I think a very handy option for your English League Challenge squads. So yeah, it's a solid card. This I think you've got a solid midfield option if you pick him up. Through passing is a big addition. Don't fancy him as a proper defensive mid, but as an all-rounder in a double pivot, especially as a centre mid. Solid midfield card, that. And then another one from the English League. So we got Jurriën Timber, another booster. So Timber has a face scan, of course, and the booster is low pass, tackling, defensive engagement, physical contact. Counter. Okay, he's got the counter booster, whatever the hell that means. Okie dokie. So Timber's another one we've had a lot of versions of. Normally a fullback finisher. They made him an attacking fullback this time. That might be an upgrade for you. It might not be. For me, it's a big upgrade. I don't like fullback finishers because they just go wandering into the middle of the park and getting into attacking positions. They go all over the place, and that's not what I want my fullbacks to do. We've had a couple of very good right back versions of Timber, to be honest. If you've got one of those two, I don't think you really need this one, although when it's fully boosted, this one, it is just about the best of the bunch, but there's not a massive difference. So if you've got one of those two previous right back versions that were similar to this one, I would say you don't really need this one. But yeah, this is another good one. And in terms of his highlights and stuff, I mean, to be honest, he's actually pretty good as a centre back. This is one of the better versions of Timber, not just the right back, but as a centre back. He's not amazing defensively, physically or aerially, but well, certainly not aerially because he's not the tallest. But yeah, as a centre back, he's pretty solid. One of the better versions of him as a centre back. If you look at the previous highlights and stuff, this is right up there. It's one of the better versions. So it's a very good Timber card, this. What have they done for his GB card though? So we've lost a bit of kicking power and stamina, but we've gained some physical contact. His defenses have been boosted slightly before the boost, and then with the boost they get even more of a boost. So he's been boosted a bit defensively. They boosted his passing, his finishing, and his heading, and that's around about everything they've done with it. With the stats, he's looking pretty solid. He's got a decent pace, good physical strength for fullback. Balance isn't amazing. But stamina's decent. The defenses are pretty strong. Down the left, everything's pretty much fine. 76 is not amazing for lofted pass. He doesn't have pinpoint crossing either, interestingly. So he's not going to have a particularly good cross on him. Speed's okay too. Yeah, it is, yeah. Brad's update is almost done. What they've done skill-wise. So I think weighted pass is the one we've lost. I don't see weighted pass there. What would they replace weighted pass with? Looks like he's gained heading and aerial, and through passing I think is new. Interesting. Okay, so heading and aerial. That helps, especially if you're playing centre back. But as a right back, it's a nice bonus. He'll be strong in the air for a full back. Man marking, section blocker, sliding tackle, right back clearance, fighting speed. He's got a pretty complete selection of skills defensively actually, and then one touch passing, through passing, getting forward. So. Yeah, this is a very tidy right back. He's just not quite got the crossing ability that you might want from an attacking fullback. But apart from the crossing, the passing is going to be pretty nice for a fullback. Everything else is looking pretty solid. If you put the defensive instruction on him, he'll play like a defensive fullback, and he's got very good attributes to do that. And if you're really desperate, you could play centre back. Question mark over his aerial ability, arguably his physical strength and some of his defensive attributes as well. But you could do a job if you're really desperate there. So. Yeah, maybe his left back as well. He's not overly two-footed and there's no outside curler, but certainly right back, he looks like a very strong card. Centre back could be an emergency option there. So for the English League Challenge especially, it's a very tidy right back card. Even outside of it, I think as a right back, that's a very tidy card. That I think if you get that one, you've got a pretty decent card in your hands. Who is next? Oh god. So we've got Kylian Mbappé. What do I even say about Kylian Mbappé? So. They boosted his ball control and tight possession, so he's better on the ball than he sometimes is. Apart from that, he can run fast, he's got good awareness, he can finish. It's Mbappé. But they've given him long range curler, that is a good addition. Is Soul Control new as well? I think it is. I think Marseille Turn is new. No, Marseille Turn is not even there. So again, that's eFootball Hub being naughty. But Soul Control and long range curler I think are new, and I think possibly Fighting Spirit as well. So yeah, a couple of nice additions with the skills. They beefed up his ball control and tight possession a bit, but on the whole, it's just Mbappé. I can't be bothered to go into any detail because there's no point. It's just Mbappé. If you've got a good Mbappé card, you don't need it. But he's been given long range curler and soul control. I think fighting spirit as well. So skill wise, it might be a bit of an upgrade on any version that you've got, but. To be honest, if you've got a good Mbappé card, it's not worth spending coins trying to get this one. It's just an Mbappé card, but for sure it's good though. Rapid, good in the ball, awareness and finishing. It's just what you expect from Mbappé. Got his face scan, obviously. Unwavering form. Made a great start to the season. Looks like he's going to get plenty of AB form. But yeah, if you've got a good Mbappé, you don't really need it. But if you don't have a good one, it is a good one. And like I say, long range curls are a really nice addition to have. So it's a good Mbappé card, but I'm not sure that many people really need it. And I'm not sure many people would... would find it's really worth spending coins trying to get him. And then we have Pedri to finish up, and another booster. Yoink. What did we get for the booster? Ball control, finishing, kicking power. That's shooting, isn't that? Yes, shooting. So Pedri got his face scan, orchestrator as his normal playing style, centre mid. Got a few positions he can play though. We've had a lot of versions of Pedri. It's one of the best player of the week versions we've had of him actually. When he's got the booster active, it looks like he's certainly in terms of his overall rating. I don't think there's any previous player of the week versions of Pedri that go to 97. So it's one of the better ones, certainly in terms of trending cards. He's had a Showtime and a Big Time card. Obviously, those ones are better, unsurprisingly. But apart from that, it's right up there in terms of his overall ratings. Right up there as one of the better versions that we've had of Pedri. Boosted his pace, his kicking power, physical contact, finishing, heading. Looks like it's been boosted. He has lost 4 points off his ball control, and he's lost a few points off his low pass as well. But when he's on A form, he gets 3 points back on his ball control. So then, when he's on A form, so you got a card that's based on a Player of the Week performance, and when that card is on A form, his ball control is only 1 worse than it normally is, instead of 4 worse. Okie dokie. But yeah, again, like with passing, we can afford to lose those points. He's still good. What else have they changed? Not a lot. So yeah, as you expect with Pedri, he's great on the ball, lovely passing. Attacking awareness isn't great. Finishing isn't brilliant, even with a bit of a boost. He's not great defensively or physically, as is always the case with Pedri. Bit of pace, good balance, stamina, very two-footed. Again, unwavering form. And then skill-wise, what's going on skill-wise with this Pedri? So it looks like we've lost Marseille. No, Marseille Turn. So again, that's one of the skills that eFootball is playing up with. There's always 1 or 2 skills that I keep getting it wrong. So he's not lost Marseille Turn, but he has lost Sombrero and Cut Behind and Turn. Those 2 are gone, and he's gained long range shooting, fighting spirit. Is that it? Yeah, so we've lost Sombrero, Cut Behind and Turn. We've gained long range shooting and fighting spirit. Fair enough. So we still don't have anything defensively. I would not play him as a DMF for that reason. No defensive skills, and the defensive ability, physical strength is lacking. Centre mid, you're going to need 1 or 2 other midfielders behind him doing the defensive work for the same reasons. He's not strong defensively, but he can certainly play centre mid. But as I always say with Pedri, I prefer him higher up the pitch. He won't have an active playing style as an attack midfielder, but he can do that job. I'm going to cover that position soon without an active playing style. You can play him wide left, and likewise, he'll be good there, but he's not got a great deal of pace. He's not got a great deal of attacking awareness. So, in terms of overall ability, yeah, great. One of the better versions of Pedri, but the fact that you can't train him, and the fact that whatever position you play him in, there's 1 or 2 areas where he's maybe slightly lacking. I know I'm sounding like I'm being harsh about a great card here, but I don't think it's actually one of the better cards of Pedri. In terms of overall rating, yes, but that doesn't tell the whole story. If you can't train him and he's lacking 1 or 2 areas in any position, then I think a lot of previous versions, even the nominate contract ones, the fact you can train them, you can make them better, I think, than this one in different certain positions, whether it's centre mid, whether it's attacking mid, whether it's left mid. Like I say, down the left, is he quick enough? Has he got the attacking awareness? Attacking midfield, has he got the attacking awareness? Defensive mid or centre mid, is he strong enough physically or defensively? I don't know. So yeah, I don't think this is actually one of the better cards of Pedri, even though the overall rating would suggest that it is. But it's still a great one. He's still got loads of ability. He's still going to feel lovely on the ball. Still got a really nice passing. So for sure, if you don't have a good Pedri card, really good card to pick up. But if you've got a good version of Pedri, especially a trainable one, I'm not sure you necessarily need this one. It is a good card though, for sure. Very good. That's it, I think. That's everyone covered. So, what do I think of that on the whole? What does chat think of that on the whole? Let me know what you think of that while I'm summarising it myself. A bit of chat interaction for once in my Player of the Week review. I think it's a solid enough pack. I think there's some decent ones in there. I like the look of Buchanan, to be honest. I quite fancy Buchanan as a left mid in the Spanish League Challenge. Granted, he can't pass the ball to save his life, but got some awareness, finishing, got the shooting skills, whole player. Brad says it's good. Emir says very mid. Mixed opinions already. Not bad, says Ballard. A few that you want. Yeah, I can see one you want. Not worth a week's work. I think it's a decent one. I mean, opinions always vary on these Player of the Week packs, don't they? I think it's all right. You know, I fancy that Buchanan card. That Aubameyang card, I think, is pretty decent actually. Giroud obviously is a very particular type of striker. If he suits you, could be a very handy one. Otherwise, not so much. Pickford. Good stats, good goalie on the whole, but the low pass sucks, and obviously the arm coverage. I'm not just saying as a Newcastle fan with the whole T-Rex thing that we always tease him about. There is a bit of a question mark on the arm coverage, his overall kind of reach. So not a top goalkeeper, but it is a good one still. Palhinha, if you don't mind the left column being a bit iffy defensively, sitting in front of your defence, he could definitely be a pretty effective one. I think a fair few people would be happy with him. João Pedro, I think that's a useful card. It's one of those cards. He's not amazing in any particular position, but he could be very handy in 1 or 2 different positions. Could be a useful option for your English League squad. Bastoni, solid Bastoni card. Good at crossing, hooray. Gravenberch, solid, one or two areas. I think it's the attacking whereas and the passing, just not that amazing, but on the whole, he's got a bit of everything. He's got through passing on this one. I think for a lot of people, could be a very solid midfielder to pick up. Timber, really tidy right back, strong card, can play him as a centre back if you really want to. That could be a handy one for a lot of people. Mbappé is Mbappé. It's obviously a brilliant card. It's just how many people really need it. I imagine a fair few people might be really keen just because he's got long range control and soul control, but to be honest, you can put those skills in the trainable version. So yeah, great card, but don't know how many people are really going to be that keen to get it. And then Pedri, the only thing that goes against Pedri is the fact that you can't train him, but I think a lot of people would like to be able to train him to kind of even out some of the attributes that are a little bit lacking, and maybe put some skills on that he needs, certainly defensively, but still a very good card to pick up, that Pedri card. Any Pedri card's a good one. It's a very high rated one. So yeah, it's just a shame it's not a trainable one. If you've got a trainable one, I think you don't need this one, but it's still a very good one to pick up if you get him, if you don't already have a Pedri card. I think it's a solid pack, that. I think it's alright. Don't think it's amazing. It's alright. What's chat saying? Not worth a week's work. Aubameyang and Giroud, Mbappé. Andy says it's okay. The weaker end is not so weak. Yeah. Maybe it's one of those packs. That's a pretty good assessment, actually. Sometimes you get packs where there's one or two really good ones, and in the middle there's some decent ones, and then it goes over to the right hand side, and there's kind of one or two real duds in there. I don't see any duds in there. Yeah, that's a good shout, though. I don't think there's any card in that pack that I personally would consider a dud. So I think it's a fairly solid pack, that. Not an exciting one. I don't think it's really worth throwing coins at necessarily, but yeah, how many you got in there you can't use in the league challenge? Only 2. There's only 2 that you can't use in the league challenge as well, so that's another positive for it. So you got Pedro, didn't have him, happy with this. Yeah, not a bad one. Ballard wants Palhinha, would be a very good pickup. Yeah, it could be solid if he works for you. Be careful on the ball with him, yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think it's a solid pack, not an amazing one, but certainly there's quite a few cards in there could give you some value in league challenges or in general. Where's my cursor frozen? I hope the stream's not just died. My cursor's just frozen in the middle of the screen. Oh, there he is. It's back. Right, so there you go. If you're watching on YouTube after the stream, thank you for watching. I'll be doing 1 or 2 more videos soon. I'll probably do a review of those legends and that treasure tic-tac-toe thing that I still don't understand. So 1 or 2 videos coming up. Might do another stream at some point, maybe even tomorrow. See how time goes. But yeah, cheers for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And if you're watching live, I'm not going anywhere just yet. Although I'm pretty hungry. It's nearly 7 o'clock. How is it nearly 7 o'clock? Oh, maybe I am going now. Oh, I need to do my spin. I forgot to do my spin. Right, predictions first. Who am I getting from my spin? Make your predictions. We got to have our predictions. Or shall I just spin? Giroud. Hey, behave. I'm not getting Gravenberch. Who do you want? I want you to get the one you want. I want Buchanan. I think I want Buchanan, to be honest. Right. So we've got Giroud, Gravenberch. Andy wants me to get Buchanan. Let's go for Buchanan. Let's have Buchanan. It's a much quicker spin animation. I need to find out pretty quick. It's not Buchanan. Oh, is it Pedri? I don't need him. I think I've got 3 Pedris now. Oh well. Right, I will end the review video there then. Right. Cheers for watching. If you're not watching live, cheers for watching. Much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it useful. See you next time. Bye.